Governor Tim Kaine and founding partner and communication strategist for 270 Strategies. Great to see you both.
Hi, Shannon.
Great
to be here.
Okay, so I want to talk about some of the numbers since President Obama has taken office. Democrats have lost 958 seats in state legislatures. On Capitol Hill, a net loss of 10 seats in the Senate, a net loss of 63 seats in the House. Linda, that's more than just not translating your popularity.
Sure, that's exactly right. And the other part of the interview, President Obama said that some of the issues are actually luck of the draw and some of the issues are structural. I think that it's no accident that these kinds of waves are happening. At the same time, you have districts that have been terribly gerrymandered in a lot of these states. Some of these districts are U-shaped, for Pete's sake, meaning that you've got a lot of Democrats that are blocked into one electoral district or another, and that really diminishes the power of Democrats to get elected.
Lisa, what do you make of this? Because, you know, we had the suggestion from the president that would he have been able to run for a third term, he would have beat Donald Trump. I mean, he clearly thinks he's got the juice, even if he wasn't able to spread it around.
Well, Shannon, I'd say that the entire Democratic Party has been propped up by the personal likability of President Obama, because you look at what's happened under his watch and also when he's not been on the ballot. Look, Democrats have lost more seats in the House and Senate than any other president under President Obama. They also hold fewer state legislatures than ever before in the history. Republicans control a majority of the governorships. And look, I would say it's also the policies of the Democratic Party that have been rejected as well. You look at something like Obamacare. That has been unpopular since its inception. There's been studies that show in the 2010 elections, the Democratic Party lost 5.8 percentage points at the polls because of that policy. You look at also the Iran deal has been unpopular with Americans as well. So it's not only the fact that the party has really been propped up with President Obama and have been rejected elsewhere, but they've also lost because of his policies.
Well, and Linda, you know, both of the presidential candidates this time around polled as some of the most unlikable and untrusted by people across the board. I mean, neither one of them had high likability ratings. Most of the time they were upside down during the election. But President Obama did go out and campaign for Hillary Clinton numerous times. Why didn't it translate?
Yeah, you're exactly right. I mean, both of the candidates had historically low approval ratings. At the same time, as you saw President Obama's approval ratings go as high as they had essentially ever been since he took office, and they're still high now as he's leaving office. The reality is it's the candidate on the ticket that matters. There are a lot of things that voters take into account, you know, the economic landscape, how they're feeling about their personal and family situations, and those things matter a lot. But look, at the end of the day, the numbers that President-elect Donald Trump needs to really be worrying about are the numbers that are happening right now. We've never seen approval ratings this low for an incoming president. When Barack Obama was heading into inauguration, his approval rating was at 83% versus Donald Trump, who just 2 days ago Gallup showed is only at 44%. This is a significant problem for the incoming president.
Yeah, it's a heavy lift to turn that around. Go ahead, Lisa.
Well, I was going to say, but the problem for the Democratic Party is President Obama is not going to be on the ballot ever again. His policies are, which were rejected. And there was also a lot of Democratic candidates that have been on the ballot over the past 8 years that have been rejected by historic margins. And so this is a big problem for the Democratic Party. You also look at the structure of just the House Democrats alone. They've really been relegated to an East or West coastal party with with a large portion of those Democratic House members in states like California, Massachusetts, and New York as well. So they really need to rethink their messaging, rethink the voters that are interested in what they're trying to sell, because, you know, they really focused on issues like transgender bathrooms to the detriment of issues like jobs and things that Americans really care about, or even issues like climate change, when the majority of Americans care about how am I going to pay my bills. They care about their health care costs and things that really matter to the majority of Americans.
Yeah, and a number of Democrats have sort of taken that pulse and recognized that that may be something they recalibrate the next time around. Linda and Lisa, great to see you both. Thank you.
Thank you, Shannon.
Thank you.
If you stayed up